So next we will discuss about group 14 elements. Group 14 elements. So as we have discussed, it is coming under p block elements. So p block elements that starts from boron, and boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, then fluorine and the neon compounds. So in that cases, the carbon 14 is having the next group p block elements. What is that? That contains the carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. So the atomic number carbon is 6, silicon is 14, germanium is 32 and tin is 50 and lead is 82. So considering this, it has got the general electronic configuration as NS2 and NP2. NS2, NP2. So like that, as you have discussed in group 3, that electronic configuration of it is 2s2, 2p2, 3s2, 3p2, 4s2, 4p2, 5s2, 5p2, 6s2, 6p2. That means if 4 electrons are present in outermost orbit. The 4 electrons means it has got maximum 4 oxidation state. So carbon is having 4 oxidation state. All are having 4 oxidation state. But beyond this carbon, we will have also plus 2 oxidation state along with the plus 3 oxidation state. Carbon is available in earth crust as coal, and it is also available as graphite and diamond. Another, the allotropy of carbon as recently found, that is known as fullerene. And silicon is the third abundant element in the earth crust, and germanium is less available in the earth crust, that is available in traces. And tin occurs as tin oxides, and lead occurs as lead sulfide, that is galena, and it is cassiterite. And sometimes the carbon are having the isotopic, that is carbon 14, carbon 13 isotopes are available. So these are used for nuclear chemistry. So electronic configuration, as we have already discussed it, that is, it is having NS2, N2, so that is atomic mass, it is 12, atomic mass 12, 28.09, 72.60, 118.71 and 207.2. And radius, covalent radius, is increasing from carbon to lead, that is 77, 118, 122, 140, 146 in picometer, pm, picometer. Ionic radius also increases. So, as we are having 4 electrons in outermost orbit, it is having 4 ionization enthalpy, first, second, third, 4 ionization enthalpy, and the ionization enthalpy decreases when we passing from carbon to lead, that means with increasing atomic number. So, ionization energy increases from left to right, that is from carbon to lead. So, first ionization energy delta H 1, delta H 2, delta H 3, delta H 4, of this 1086, 2352, it is maximum in carbon 4620 and 6220. So, and in case of tin and lead, due to shielding effect, the ionization energy of higher ionization energy is less, comparatively less than. So, the ionization energy is comparatively less than that of the previous group, that is 13 group elements. And coming to electronegativity, electronegativity of carbon is higher, that is 2.5, it is 1.8, and density also first decreases from carbon to silicon and then increases from germanium to lead, and melting point also decreases from carbon to lead, melting point decreases, that means it is having maximum melting point of carbon and lowest in case of lead, and boiling point also decreases from silicon to lead. So, as you have observed that the electronegativity decrease along the periods or along the periods in the from carbon to lead, and that is the oxidation properties. Also we are having a fixed oxidation property, that is for all the elements, and +2 excluding the carbon, +2 oxidation state is prevalent in case of silicon to lead. So as we have observed that the p block elements are comparatively non-metals, and the first group 13 group is having a bridge between metals and non-metals. So in that cases carbon is non-metal and silicon is metalloid. Metalloid means it shows the both properties of metal and non-metal characters, and further this non-metallic character decreases to the non-metallic character decreases from silicon to lead, and metallic character increases from that. So we will have the metallic character of germanium. Germanium is also included for metalloids, and tin is metal and lead is also a metal. So in case of tin we will have more, that is a soft metal, and we will have plenty or the more useful activities. In case of carbon, as you have obtained, that is it is having two allotropic forms and also two isotopes. Two isotopes means it is used in a nuclear chemistry for determination of age of any material, that is carbon dating. Carbon dating, and it is used for and the as age of that the life of carbon, it is as obtained that the radioactive isotope has 5770 years. So these are all the physical properties of the 14 group elements. Now we will coming to chemical properties of the group 14 elements. First is that the oxidation state. As the oxidation state, we will have +4 and +2 oxidation states of rest of the elements from silicon to lead. So it has got 4 ionization energies. 4 ionization energies, that means all are having 4 electrons in its outermost. So for each electrons we will have 1 ionization potential or ionization energy. So in case of the oxidation state, that is the plus oxidation state from germanium to tin to lead. So lead is having more maximum +2 oxidation character. +2 oxidation character. +2 oxidation character, and silicon is having mostly the +4 oxidation character and +2 oxidation state. It is having few compounds, and all are having the tetravalent state. All the elements form tetravalent compounds. That is M X 4. M is the metal or element and X is the anion and forming the MX, that is tetravalent compounds forming in all the compounds. And also, as we have the elements, due to this the undergo hydrolysis and form accepting electron pairs from the donor species. For example, SiF4 2 minus, germanium 2 minus, tin hydroxide 2 minus, they are of the donor species and exist in hybridization of central metal atom by sp3d2 hybridization. So they form the compounds of sp3d2 hybridization. sp3d2 hybridization. Then reaction towards the oxygen. So all are forming oxides with oxygen, and there are two types of oxides. One is monoxide and other is dioxide. So monoxide means MO and dioxide means MO2. So with respect to silicon is forming monoxide SiO and dioxide SiO2. Similarly, carbon forms carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and germanium forms germanium oxides. But all are acidic in nature. All are acidic in nature, but the Si, SnO2 and lead O2 are amphoteric. Amphoteric means both are giving basic and acidic properties. Amphoteric means both acidic and basic properties. And carbon dioxide for a monoxides, carbon monoxide, that is neutral, and germanium oxide is acidic, whereas tin oxide and lead oxide are amphoteric. Amphoteric in nature. So this much today we can. Next we have discussed about reactivity towards water. So it is seen that carbon, silicon, germanium and lead, they are passive, not reacting with water. That is carbon, silicon, germanium and lead, they are not reacting with water. but only tin reacts with water, forming tin oxide and hydrogen. And because of this, this forms a protective layer of oxide in the surface of tin. So, it forms a protective layer at the surface. Then reacting towards halogen. Reaction with halogens. All the elements form halides of MX2 and MX4. So, MX4 are covalent in nature. MX4 compounds are covalent, whereas MX2 compounds are directly involved with unpaired 6s 2 electrons line. So, excluding the carbon, all elements can directly involved for reaction with the halogens, but carbon only reacts with in indirect form to form carbon tetrachloride after it forms the carbon hydrogen compounds, that is hydrocarbons, then only it can react with the halogens. So, in case of this MX4 compounds, they are covalent and they are forming and having the tetrahedral structure. All are having the tetrahedral structure like that. Suppose you take the chlorine, silicon tetrachloride, it is having the tetrahedral structure like this. So, this silicon tetrachloride that can be hydrolyzed in presence of HCl, forming silicic acid, like that. It is also a tetrahedral in structure. So, this is known as silicic acid. So, it is accepting one lone pair of electrons from the water molecule and forming and taking 4 hydroxyl atoms from the silicic acid. So, this is due to sp3 tetrahedral due to sp3 hybridization, due to sp3 hybridization. Then the anomalous behavior of carbon atom. Why it is different from other rest of the other elements of the family? Anomalous character of carbon. First thing, it is very small size and high electronegativity. Third thing, high ionization energy or ionization potential. And main thing is absence of d electrons as other elements, then having the shielding effect, forming the rest of the family. But due to this small size, high electronegativity, high ionization potential and having absence of d electrons, it is giving the anomalous properties, and so that the s and p orbitals are available. S and p orbitals are available for bonding. That is, it can accommodate 4 pairs of electrons. 4 pairs of electrons. So, and also it can form p pi multiple bonds. With other atoms of small size, and the multiple bonds are carbon-carbon double bond, carbon-oxygen double bond, carbon-sulfur double bond, carbon-nitrogen triple bond, etc. So, carbon atoms have the tendency to link with atoms have the tendency to link with another atom through covalent bonds to form either chain or ring structures. Because carbon-carbon bonds are very strong. Because carbon-carbon bonds are very strong. It has also the tendency to form catenation. All the groups, it has tendency to form catenation due to high electronegativity. And this catenation decreases down the groove. Now we will discuss about allotropies of carbon. As carbon gives the allotropies as allotropies are graphite, diamond and fullerene. So graphite is having sp2 hybridized structure. Graphite is having sp2 hybridized structure. That is, the structure is like this, whereas in case of diamond the structure is like this. So it is of sp3 hybridization. This is diamond structure and this is graphite. So this sp, that is the covalent bond, and it is very difficult to break. The bond is very difficult to break. That is why diamond is very strong and hard, and graphite is a layered structure. It is a layered structure. Layered structure, and due to sp2 hybridization these are very weak bond, and that can be breaking easily. Weak bond and can be broken easily. So the graphite conducts electricity, that is, it is conductor, used as a conductor, whereas diamond is non-conducting. non-conducting and it is also used in lubricating machines, graphite used in lubricating machines. Whereas diamond is used in case of jewelries. But thing is fullerene, it is recently discovered around the end of the 20th century from the suits of the solar system, solar way, that is the elements. So fullerene molecule is in ring structure constituting carbon 60 and carbon 70. So they are grouping either in hexagonal and pentagonal structures. So hexagonal structure and then pentagonal structures like that. So both the hexagonal and pentagonal structures are clubbed together, forming this that is a ball type structure, and this is termed as the saucer ball, and it is having 60 vertices and each one is occupied by one carbon atom. So that is 60 vertices and occupies one carbon atom each. And they are connected with single and double bonds. They are connected with single and double bonds. And the structure is spherical. Structure is spherical, that is ball like. So, and it has got the aromatic character also. It is also having aromatic character due to alternative double bond character due to presence of alternative double bonds. So all these things, that the color of carbon is black and used for black pigment, and diamond is used as precious stones, and some let us know some compounds of carbon. First we will study about carbon monoxide. So carbon in presence of oxygen, it forms on heating, it forms carbon monoxide, and it can be obtained from the treatment of acid with the formic acid, that is HCOOH, in presence of sulfuric acid, and heating, forming water and carbon monoxide. On commercial preparation, it is used by passage of steam to it, forming carbon monoxide gas and hydrogen, that is known as water gas. And sometimes whenever it is treated with nitrogen gas, it forms the producer gas, the carbon with oxygen in presence of nitrogen at high temperature. It is known as producer gas. So carbon monoxide is used for liberation of heat on combustion. On combustion, it produces or it generates large quantity of heat. Large quantity of heat, and all these things, the carbon monoxide is a colorless gas. Colorless gas and insoluble in water. It is used as the reducing agent. Almost it reduces almost all the elements. All the metal oxide. Suppose you are taking the ferric oxide in presence of carbon monoxide, it obtained the solid iron and carbon dioxide as gas. Similarly, zinc oxide in presence of carbon monoxide, it forms the metallic zinc and carbon dioxide. So, but in case of carbon monoxide, we will have the structure as 1 sigma bond and 2 pi bonds. This is 1 sigma bond, this is pi bond, and this is pi bond. So carbon monoxide has got 1 sigma bond and 2 pi bond. And due to the lone pair of electrons, due to presence of lone pair of electrons it forms carbonyl compound. That is metal carbonyls. And carbon monoxide is highly poisonous. High poisonous, so it chokes the blood circulation. Circulation in the body. Then coming to carbon dioxide. The presence of carbon dioxide in atmosphere maintains the temperature of the environment. That is why the life exists in earth. So carbon dioxide that is produced with carbon and oxygen forming carbon dioxide on heating, and similarly when methane reacts with the oxygen it forms carbon dioxide and water. But in laboratory it can be produced by calcium carbonate with the mineral acids like HCl, calcium chloride and carbon dioxide plus water. So this is conveniently prepared in the laboratory by this way, laboratory method. So it is a colorless gas, and having low solubility in water. Low solubility in water. It forms carbonic acid. With water. That is known as carbonic acid. It is also used as a buffer medium, that is used as buffer medium. But in case of the plants and animal, they use to take carbon dioxide in presence of water, forming the chlorophylls. And forming the carbohydrates So this is due to photosynthesis. And the rest we will discuss in next class. Thank you.